Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Wilmington High School's Alumni Field. Tonight, the Wildcats play host to the Wakefield Warriors. We want to welcome all of you who are watching tonight on Wilmington Community Television, also Wakefield High School Television. We want to welcome all of those viewers to the program tonight. In addition, if you are watching on television, you also have the option to watch at WCTV.org. That's in high definition. You can see that anywhere in the world. We're looking forward to a great game tonight. The weather is starting to clear a little bit. It's been raining all day. We have the remnants of Hurricane Jose still lurking about, but we're looking for a good ball game tonight. Wilmington has started the season 2-0 with victories over Shawsheen Tech and Bedford last week, the best start they've had in quite a few years. Wakefield comes into the game 1-1. It's the opening night of the Middlesex League Division for Wilmington, so we're looking forward to a good game. We'll be right back with the opening kickoff right after this.
Hi, my name is Justin Frazier. I'm a senior on the Wilmington High School football team. And so far this season, we're looking for a very successful season. A lot of scrimmages to get prepared. One coming up on Friday. We've already got two. Just a lot of preparation, a lot of running. Not a lot of conditioning due to the fact that our practices are very high-paced. We get it moving. We don't wait around. We get things done during practice, and I think that's going to transfer over to the games, as you'll see on Friday nights. We're looking forward to playing Shawsheen Tech next week, Friday night. Hope to see all their big improvements this year.
Yep, I'm Mark Harrison. I play right guard and actually left guard and outside linebacker. So in the season, honestly, so far, we've been doing a lot to get prepared. We've had scrimmages, we've had 7-on-7s. 7-on-7s, we've been getting our defense right, and we've been getting looks on offense, too. We've been seeing who can be used on offense and stuff like that. We've been, honestly, in the 7-on-7s, we've been working against good teams like Severian, stuff like that. So, I mean, that stuff like that definitely gets us ready for, like, Shawsheen Tech right now is our number one priority. So, should be a good season. We definitely got some weapons on this team, so we're looking forward to using them.
Hi, I'm Jason Valley, middle linebacker and running back. Big thing for the team is family. Coach wants us to put family first. Schoolwork's important. He always wants us to get good grades, and big changes this year. We're looking to have a great record. We're looking to have one of the best defenses in the league. Looking to be over 500, make a couple playoff games. Should be fun.
Well, welcome back to Wilmington High School's Alumni Field. Tonight, Wildcats take on the Wakefield Warriors in Middlesex League action. Coach Craig Turner from the Wildcats is very pleased with the start of the season so far. 2-0 start, but he knows that there is some room for improvement. Steve Cummings brings the Warriors in with a 1-1 record as well. Wildcat captains are in midfield. Jason Valley, number 44. Graham Smith, their captain. At quarterback, Mark Nerenstadt, Tyler Roberts, and Justin Frazier. On the far side of the field should be Alex Jolly, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Devin O'Brien, and Brendan Coughlin. Quite possibly the longest coin flip in the history of high school football. Okay, it appears Wilmington has won the toss, and they have elected to receive. Oh. Change that. Wakefield has won the toss. They're going to receive. And they'll be, Wilmington will be kicking off to Wakefield to start the game, going left to right. Once again, welcome to everybody watching both in Wilmington and Wakefield and across the world. We can watch the game in high definition at WCTV.org. I want to welcome my sidekick tonight, Scott Edwards. My play-by-play guy, and he'll probably be doing some play-by-play in the second quarter and the fourth quarter of tonight's game. We have another game coming up next Thursday night here in Wilmington, and We're looking forward to that game as well. The coaches talking to the teams on the sideline. And as I look at the clock, it looks like maybe we got started a little bit early here. It's not even 7 o'clock yet. So Wildcats take the field. Adam Bishop will be the kicker for Wilmington. Two men deep for Wakefield at the 15-yard line.
Wilmington's number 36, Adam Bishop, getting ready to kick off. Back deep to receive for Wakefield, number 2, Andrew Miller, and number 33, Danny Marinaccio.
Andrew Miller and Danny Marinaccio back deep for Wakefield. And the ball is kicked off, taken by one of the up men, and fair catch called at the 36-yard line.
Looks like they're trying to use a little trickery to start off the game. It was a big test this week.
Wakefield will stop their drive, 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line.
Junior quarterback Mike Lucy takes the team out on the field. Ball is placed down at the 35-yard line. 3 men in the backfield, inside handoff right up the middle, and he stopped a little and no gain right up the middle. That's Ryan Fitzpatrick on the run.
Good stuff by the defense on that one.
Gain of 1 yard on the play, 2nd and 9 to the 36-yard line.
The middle of the Wilmington defense is anchored by Brendan Ross and Paxton Cook right in the middle of the line there. 2nd and 9, man in motion. And a fumble on the play, and the first running back through is stopped for a loss.
Fumble on the play, recovered by Fitzpatrick.
A loss of 2 on the play brings up 3rd and 11.
Cook pounced on that one, showing his abilities early. Third and 11. Defense looking very good early on.
Lucy back to pass, there's pressure, and it's thrown incomplete. Good coverage by Wilmington right about the line of scrimmage. So the Wildcats hold on 3rd down. It's 4th and long.
They're looking for a screen on that one. Thankfully, Wilmington squished that out, and now they will punt.
John Kenny's going to be back for the Wildcats, standing back at the 30-yard line. He was the hero of last week's game against Bedford. The punt is away, it's taken, and he falls on it at the 31-yard line. He came up to make the catch. The ball hit against him.
No return on the play. Wildcats will start their drive.
A little sloppy so far for both teams, but they'll pick it up right now. Here we go.
The field is probably a little bit damp, but the rain has stopped here at Alumni Field.
Turning out to be a pretty decent night so far.
Quarterback Graham Smith, number 5, leads the Wildcats onto the field. Three-man defensive line for the Warriors. In the shotgun inside handoff to Kenny with a nice hole up the middle, gain of about 5 yards, out to about the 37-yard line.
Now Kenny just runs hard every carry he gets. You like to see that out of a young running back.
Coach Turner's promised a wide open offense this year. Started off the first couple of games with 4 wide receivers split. He's got 3 out wide now. Robaj split wide to the right. Inside handoff again to Kenny, who has another big hole up the middle. He picks up about 10 yards.
Kenny, very impressive again.
Game good for a Wilmington Wildcats. First
Showing
down.
birth like James White for the Patriots. You'll have to see that.
Out to the 46-yard line, 1st and 10 for Wilmington.
You know, Wakefield a bigger team than you mostly see.
And they get some real big guys on the front line, both offensively and defensively. Once again, Smith in the shotgun. Handoff to the right to Kenny again. He has a little bit open running room again. He picks up another 7 yards. Cross midfield down to the Wakefield 47-yard line.
That's all you can ask for out of your running back. 5, 6, 7-yard gains, that'll win you a football game. You know, Turner won't be afraid to have Graham throw.
Tyler Roberts in the backfield. Handoff again to Kenny, right up the middle. He is stopped short of the first down, shy of the 45-yard line.
Kenny on the carry, stopped after a gain of about 2 yards. He's 30 short for Wilmington.
Frazier in motion across the field. Handoff again to Kenny with another first down to the 40-yard line. So 5 carries in a row so far, Scott.
And it's working out. Different game plan this week, like every week. Turner knows what is possibly their best spot this week, and Kenny is powering through.
He's not a real big kid, but he's a tenacious runner. And we have a timeout in the field called by Wakefield.
Looks like they'll want to reset after Kenny running 5 straight times for 2 first downs.
Just a reminder, if you're watching us on Wilmington Community Television, and we're trying to cover as many fall and winter athletic sports as we can. We're looking for volunteers to videotape the programs. You don't need any money. All you need is a little bit of time. We're looking to have some of the field hockey, soccer, maybe some both men's and women's soccer during the course of the year. Stop down the studio. Wilmington now handoff inside again to Kenny for another big gain down to the 26-yard line. A little bit of a counter play there from left to right.
What a workhorse they have in Kenny. Keeps pounding up the middle. They have Roberts playing the fullback position, it looks like. Keep motioning him and have him be the lead block.
So once again, Roberts and Kenny again in the backfield. Quick snap. This handoff is now to Roberts. He crosses the 25, still going down to about the 27-yard line.
Roberts definitely a big change from Kenny. He's a bigger back, but that gain of 4 works for anyone.
Brendan Coughlin in the tackle with Wakefield on that play. Big, strong defensive front by the Warriors. Once again, Kenny in the backfield. Fake handoff. Smith keeps it himself, and he's stopped for little or no gain.
Misdirection on that one. They were able to pan it out, though.
Taken down on the play by Danny Marinaccio.
From just inside the 22-yard line.
And we have another timeout in the field, this time by Wilmington.
Timeout, Wilmington.
3rd and 4 with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. "30-second timeout."
You know, you got to wonder what both coaches are thinking. Turner probably didn't expect this dominant run game so early.
Yeah, after we had 2 weeks ago and it was pass, pass, pass. And so far we haven't seen a pass.
No, time's flying by with this run game for both teams.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome tonight our junior cheerleaders.
Handoff again to Kenny around the left end. He finds a hole and he's down the sideline inside the 15-yard line and down near the 10 for another Wilmington first down.
See him accelerate on that one. He looked like he was going to get beat, and then he just picked it up, grabbing the first.
Out of bounds at the 11-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
It's a shame he's a senior. This is the only year with him, but he's been very good for this team.
So we'll see if Coach Turner keeps it the way it's going or if he elects to open it up a little bit. Robarge and Frazier off to the right, another wide receiver to the left. Inside handoff again to Kenny, and he finds more running room down to about the 7-yard line.
Kenny again on the carry. Gain of about 3 yards on the play. 2nd and 7 for Wilmington.
Okay, Roberts just tucked in at the tight end position to the left, goes in motion. Once again, a handoff to Kenny, who cuts back, gains 1 or 2 yards up the middle, but he's stopped by the interior of the Warrior defensive line.
As again down to the goal line, the defense is closing up and looking for the run.
About 1 yard. 3rd and 6 for the Wildcats.
Devin O'Brien and Anthony DeVito in on that tackle.
Yeah, I think they might go the air on this one.
3rd and 7. Pat Carroll now split wide out of the left side. Smith is back to pass, throws over the middle. It's complete for a touchdown.
Tyler Roberts again.
Tyler Roberts wide open in the middle of the field for a 7-yard touchdown pass.
This offense has been prolific under Turner, and it just shows again. Looks like they're going for 2.
I know they've had some trouble converting the extra point attempts, so I guess they figure they get as good a shot getting 2 points as they are with 1. Kenny in the backfield again. Smith keeps the ball, runs to the right, cuts back, throws it ahead, and he's knocked out of bounds. It was incomplete pass intended for Roberts. So with 3:26 left in the first quarter, Wilmington 6, Wakefield nothing.
3:26 remaining in the first quarter.
This first quarter's flying by. Lots of running plays, draining the clock down. You gotta think the conditions of the field are causing the pass game to be a little bit smaller this week.
Could very well be. A couple of items of note I want to bring to everybody's attention tomorrow, which is Saturday the 24th. The town of Wilmington will be dedicating a memorial tree in honor and memory of Sean Collier, the MIT police officer who was a Wilmington native who was killed by the Boston Marathon bombers. That tree is being dedicated at 9:30 on Saturday morning, so it'll be too late for the actual to attend it. However, we want to make sure everybody's aware that the memory of Sean is strong in Wilmington. The tree is planted on Rotary Park, and there will be a plaque placed there as well. So please, if you're in the area, please show your respects and appreciation for everything that Sean stood for. Adam Bishop kicking off from Wilmington. The ball's teed up at the 40-yard line. Pretty good kick brought down at the 22-yard line where it's fumbled, and the ball carrier is taken down there inside the 25.
Cortana Jr. with the big tackle. He got down there fast and went right at him.
Wakefield will start their drive, 1st and 10 from their own 22-yard line.
And I don't have the Wakefield player's number on my roster, so I can't help you out. So Wakefield takes the ball over at their own 22-yard line, 1st and 10. Once again, Lucy brings the ball out. Fitzpatrick in the backfield. Jolly in motion. He gets the handoff, and he skirts free for about 3 yards along the right end. And he's taken down.
Misdirection on the end around, trying to catch the Wildcats off guard. Thank for them, they were able to stuff it.
Jason Valiant in the tackle for Wilmington. So 2nd and about 6. Handoff again on the man coming around the corner. He stopped for little or no gain. Henry Steichman, the ball carrier, brought down at the 25-yard line. The no gain.
Another good showing for attendance tonight for Wilmington football.
Crowd was a little late arriving, but they're starting to come out in good numbers now. I think quite a few red colors in the stands as well. Back to pass, being brought down and incomplete. Lucy tried to get the ball away. He was being held onto by a couple of Wildcat defenders. So once again, the Wildcats hold on 4th down, and it will be punt formation for Wakefield.
The Wildcat defense has looked very impressive tonight. Kenny back. Had a big role on that first drive.
Cam Souza is the kicker.
Cam Souza ready to punt to Wilmington's John Kenny.
Ball's away. They almost got it on the block. There's a flag down on the, disregard that. The ball rolls dead at the 34-yard line. I saw something orange fly, but it was a kicking tee. So Wilmington will take over again at the 34-yard line with 1:48 left to go in the first quarter. Okay. Right. Smith fakes the handoff to Kenny, up the middle to Roberts, who breaks free for a long one. He's to the 30-yard line, to the 20, to the 10, 5, touchdown, Wilmington.
What a play by Wilmington, a little misdirection, fake handoff to Kenny, give it to Roberts, and he takes it all the way.
66 yards on the inside handoff.
Wildcats looking great tonight.
I can't help but think, Scott, that the fake handoff to Kenny probably drew the attention of the Wakefield defenders. And then the misdirection play to Roberts went right up the middle of the field. He broke free and just ran away from the defenders.
Great play call. They probably expected a handoff to Kenny. And then Roberts burst up the middle and showed off his speed. Wildcats going for 2 again.
Frazier and Robage off to the right. Hand off to Kenny, and once again he's stuffed in the backfield and thrown down.
2-point conversion attempt fails. Tackle on the play made by number
12-0 Wildcats in the first quarter.
Your score with 1:37 left to play in the first quarter.
Christian Reska stopped Kenny in the backfield for the Wildcats. So with 1:37 to go in the first quarter now, it's 12-0 Wildcats, and once again we'll have another kickoff. I can't speak for everybody, but I didn't expect an early 12-0 score here in the first quarter.
I don't think anyone did. A lot of people said coming in, Wakefield was going to be their toughest opponent yet, and they're bringing it to them.
So once again, Adam Bishop in to kick the ball off of Wilmington at the 40. Two backs deep for the Warriors. Punch down again at about the 30-yard line, and short return. Ball carriers brought down about the 36, 37-yard line.
For a gain of about 7 yards. Wakefield will start their drive 1st and 10 on their own 38-yard line.
We're reminded that our producer-director tonight, Adam Dusenberry, is a Wakefield native, so he still wears, I think is it red and gray, Adam? Well. Dean Nally moves on defense with a run to the wide side on the right, and a great tackle.
Stikeman with their best offensive play so far. Little misdirection to the wide receiver.
Peter Marino broke up the play and allowed several other Wildcat defenders in on the tackle. 2nd and 8.
Lots of pistol formation from this team so far.
And once again, the running back is caught in the backfield for a huge loss.
Dylan Bresnahan on the tackle. He was out week 1, and that was a big play by him. Tall kid, right through the line.
Pat Carroll just come off the field. We'll see what the Warriors have cooked up here for 4th and 12. I'm sorry, 3rd and 12.
They have Graham Smith back at safety.
Andrew Miller split wide to the left. And a timeout called by Wakefield. Mike Lucy called timeout just as the quarter is about to end. And I'm not sure yet if it's actually the end of the quarter or not. It looks like it is, so we'll take a break here at the end of the first quarter.
Fans, your score after 1 quarter of play.
Wilmington 12, Wakefield nothing. And we will, I'm not sure if we're going to kick it away yet for a commercial break. Okay, the officials are moving it, so we'll take this momentary break to advertise some fall Wilmington High School sports. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Hey, it's Joe Mirabella, midfielder and captain of the WHS soccer team, varsity, and this year it's a little bit of a rebuilding year, losing 11 seniors, but a lot of training in the off season. Summer league scrimmages are looking good so far. We're ready to start the season, and we're looking like we're gonna have a good season, go over 500, get some wins, and make the tournament.
John Sears, goalie, captain. As Joe said, I think it's going to be a rebuilding year, but with only 4 or 5 wins last year, it wasn't the greatest, but we think we can get 10, 11, even 12 wins, make it to the state tourney, and really compete. We got a transfer from MC. He was an all-star last year, Cam. He'll be really important for the defense. Riley's man in the defense back there. Joe's got the midfield. We got some experienced attackers as well. I think we'll be pretty good, and we'll be able to compete in the Middlesex League.
Riley Zaya, defender for the soccer team. We tried to start real early this year, get people out. We tried running early, and so far it looked good. We 2-mile tryouts. We've been crushing it. Everything so far is just coming together nice. A lot of new faces, but a lot of returners. So just trying to build the chemistry from there and look to make the tournament this year. It's been a little skid in the past, so just trying to make it. We've got the goal scorers this year. We've been lacking that in the past, but from there, we're all set. Back, we're looking good. Sears in the net. And then big addition, as John said, with Cam Martin to help out the defense.
Well, welcome back to Alumni Field in Wilmington as we start the second quarter of tonight's action. 3rd and 12 for Wakefield. Lucy rolls out for a pass. He's being taken down. The pass was complete on the far sideline, short of a first down.
Caught by Andrew Miller. That was a rocket of a pass.
Stopped well short of the first down by number 26, John Kenny.
Pass was to Andrew Miller. So for the 3rd time tonight, Wilmington holds on 3rd down, forces punt formation for Wakefield. Cam Souza in to punt again for Wakefield. Ball's away. Wilmington had nobody out in the backfield, so the ball rolls dead at about the 14-yard line, their own 14-yard line, where they will take over.
A booming punt on that one.
Any idea why they didn't put anybody back there?
I think they might have thought they were faking it.
Okay.
Because of that big huddle.
That makes sense.
Usually they have Kenny back there.
So the Wildcats get the ball for the 3rd time in the game. See if Coach Turner changes things up again. I guess why try to fix it if it's not broken? But Kenny has been very, very active so far tonight. Smith in handoff, and he's fumbled. He recovered it.
Fumble on the play, recovered by number 26, John Kenny.
Kenny dropped the handoff, but he was able to grab it. Lost a few yards.
Almost a big change of momentum on that one. That could have changed the game.
Graham Smith, the quarterback for Wilmington, has had a great season so far. I mean, he showed his speed and resilience. He showed a good arm.
Everything you want out of a young quarterback.
And a great leader as well. So he's back to pass. He lets the ball go long down the sideline, intended for Tyler Roberts. It's broken up at the 40-yard line.
Tried to come back and get it. Good defense by
Ryan Fitzpatrick on the defense.
They will stay with Roberts.
So 3rd and long.
First real big pass play they looked for that time. Big 3rd and long coming up. Gotta think they'll be passing.
So Wilmington breaks the huddle. Roberts split wide to the right. Carroll split wide to the left. Back to pass. He lets it go downfield, and it's complete. Complete for a first down at the 34-yard line. Complete is to Carroll.
What a catch by Pat Carroll. Coming back shoulder. He's able to bring it down for a first down.
You can see the play develop. It was single coverage out on the corner. And I think the defender had his back turned to the quarterback. The ball kind of nestled in Carroll's arms. He took it in, and for a nice gain for the Wildcats to continue their drive here. Once again, Carroll and Frazier come out to the left. Roberts, the fullback, up the middle. Handoff is to Kenny. And he squirts free for a gain. He breaks free for a large gain, almost 10 yards. He was stopped right around the line of scrimmage. He broke free and he picked up 10 yards for a first down.
He was able to break the tackle of Jack Shannon on that one. Impressive run.
So we're out to the 45-yard line now. The drive continues. Wildcats are mixing it up really well on running and passing right now. Robage split wide to the right. Carroll and Frazier on the near end. Once again in the fullback position is Roberts. Handoff up the middle again to Kenny. Another big haul down the middle. He breaks free at the 40 to the 30 to the 20. He's going to go all the way for another Wilmington touchdown.
Another long touchdown for the Wildcats, and you think they got to love it tonight.
55 yards from the line of scrimmage.
That burst through the hole, and he was gone.
It's like a little bit of magic in the bottle here with Kenny.
Absolutely dynamic.
Moments ago, tied up in deep in their own end, and two big plays later, another Wilmington touchdown makes the score 18-0. And once again, Wilmington will be going for a 2-point conversion. And there's going to be a timeout on the field for Wilmington as they try to figure out what play to best run to see if they can get a successful conversion attempt. If you're watching this game in several weeks or maybe a month from now, for the interest of the people in Wilmington, the surrounding area, the Wilmington Shriners are going to be having their annual tree festival from November 17th to 19th up the Shriners Auditorium on Fordham Road in Wilmington. It's an annual event for them. It's a great fundraiser for them. A lot of different trees decorated. It's a good kickoff to the holiday Christmas season. So if you're available, mark it on your calendar, November 17th through 19th at Shriners Auditorium in Wilmington. One of those great organizations in Wilmington that really do a lot of participation around the town, and the parades and all the good work they do through Shriners Hospitals. So Coach Turner has put in a play for a 2-point conversion. We'll see if he has as much success with it that the Patriots had in last year's Super Bowl. Smith flanked by Kenny and Roberts. Kenny in the run, and he's in for a 2-point conversion, successful.
He keeps on fighting to get in there. Impressive run by Kenny once again. 20-0 score.
I honestly can't remember if Wilmington has been up on any Middlesex League team in the last 5 or 6 years, 20-0 in the first half. Certainly great start for the Wildcats tonight. I'm sure Coach Steve Cummings is trying to figure out what can get his team jump-started here.
They look extremely motivated.
Wakefield did win last week against Winchester, and they picked at least to be competitive in the Middlesex Freedom Division this year. They ended up in a virtual tie for first place last year. Just want to bring your attention, the junior cheerleaders down on the front on the track in front of the football team. They are joining the senior or the regular high school cheerleaders. We had a big cheerleader day in Wilmington here today. And I think we got about 40 girls down the sidelines that are ready to carry on a new tradition. So Bishop ready to kick off at the 40-yard line again. steps into the ball. It pops up in the air. The ball's going to be loose. And I think Wilmington may have recovered. Tyler Roberts grabbed the ball when it fell down, or when it landed. I don't know if it was intended as an onside kick. It got a Wilmington bounce. Tyler Roberts grabbed it, and it's going to be Wilmington ball inside or right about the 40-yard line.
Been doing those types of kicks all day. That
see,
one bounced their
well,
way.
Why don't we hold it off here? Wilmington was offside on the kickoff. So I didn't see the flag in the play. That's a huge, huge turn of events for Wakefield. Again, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but it was certainly well played by the Wildcats. The ball came down kind of a no man's land there, Scott, and it looked like some people were reluctant to field it on the Wakefield side of the field.
You gotta wonder what they're thinking right now. Big break. Maybe they can change.
So
their
Bishop
way right
once
now.
again, they're moving into that void now, moving up a little bit. So Bishop kicks off, gets a pretty good kickoff, taken down at the 30-yard line, and he's taken down at the 42-yard line. Ball carrier is Danny Marinaccio. So instead of having Wilmington with the ball inside the 40-yard line, Wakefield has the ball just outside their own 40. 7:39 to go in the first half. And so far it's been all Wilmington. 20-0 at Alumni Field. Lucy hands off up the middle. Very little running room. Wildcats play good defense. Stop the inside ball carry for a gain of about 2. Ryan Fitzpatrick on that carry, stopped by the interior of the Wilmington line. Well, to the 44-yard line. Lucy back to pass. He looks downfield to his left, and he's going to be, he keeps on scrambling. Well, he was surrounded by 3 or 4 Wildcats well into the backfield. He was able to scramble free to get back close to the line of scrimmage. Probably stopped for a loss of 2.
He was able to shake 2 on that one, but they finally ganged up on him and stopped him for a loss.
Tyler Roberts and Jason Valley in the tackle. So it's going to be 3rd and 10. Another big down coming up for the Warriors. Once again, Lucy back to pass. The pressure's on. He lets it go downfield, and there's nobody open. Coverage on the play by Pat Carroll. So it brings up another 4th down for Wakefield.
See, they're going the aerial route now, down 20. Wildcat defense won't let up.
Punt formation, the ball's away. This time Kenny is back. He takes the ball and he's taken down immediately. A good tackle down at the 15-yard line by Dan Fairweather, number 16.
Another very impressive punt by Cam Souza. That's not easy, folks.
So Wilmington takes the ball over for their 4th time tonight, having scored on all of their previous 3 drives. So we'll see if they keep up the variation of the running game and the passing game, which has worked so well for them so far tonight. Handoff up the middle to Kenny. Another big hole, but it's swallowed up pretty quickly. Gain of about 4 yards up the middle.
Kenny on the carry, gain of about 3 on the play.
Dan Cataldo in on the tackle for Wakefield.
Lots of confidence in this Wildcat team. Wakefield trying to make a big play.
So 2nd and 6 for the Wildcats. Once again, Tyler motions to the middle, handoff up the middle to Kenny. Stop a little or no gain at the 21-yard line. So he picked up about a yard.
One of the few times Wakefield have been able to stuff Kenny like that.
Devin O'Brien in the tackle for Wakefield. It's 3rd and about 6. Three men split out wide to the right for Wilmington, one on the left. Smith back to pass. He lets it go up the middle, and it's incomplete. Intended for Tommy Robage. Overthrown. So brings up a 4th down for the first time for the Wildcats, and they will be punting the ball away.
A risky pass. They gotta hope. They gotta be thankful that that wasn't picked off.
Graham Smith also does the punting for the Wildcats. So he'll be standing at his own 12-yard line, or about the 10-yard line. The kick is partially blocked. I'm not sure what the intent was there. He tried to get the ball away, but it was stopped by Wakefield and knocked out of bounds at about the 16-yard line.
This is definitely the deepest Wakefield's been. They're going to look to capitalize.
I can't imagine that was an intentional play, except he was just trying to get out of the immediate rush and try to kick the ball away on the run.
Wakefield broke right through as soon as they call a hike.
It certainly didn't work. So Wakefield takes the ball over at the Wilmington 17-yard line. A great opportunity for them. And see if their fortunes change here as we inside handoff. Lucy keeps it himself. He's brought down for a pretty good gain. Picks up about 6 yards right up the gut.
Brings up 2nd and 4. Ball spotted.
Very good run for Lucy. 6-yard gain.
Same play again, big hole up the middle, and he's in for a touchdown, I believe. Touchdown. Mike Lucy carries it in from...
That actually looked like Fitzpatrick on that one. They did a running back draw instead.
Gain of 12 yards on the play, good for a touchdown for Wakefield High.
So Wakefield finally breaks the ice here. Handoff was to Fitzpatrick on the draw play. I knew Lucy followed him right into the hole.
Dan Hurley will look to kick on this one.
The kick is up, and it is good. So with 3:41 to go in the first half, Wilmington leads 20-7.
The Wildcats will want to answer really bad now, as Wakefield can start to feel it.
Wakefield 7.
I want to shout out to our production crew tonight. Adam Dusenberry is our producer director, a Wakefield native and a Wakefield warrior at heart. On camera tonight, Tom Pizzara, Paul Hippel down on the field, Daniel Gettinari, and Zach Weinstein, along with me, Chris Neville, and Scott Edwards here in the booth calling the game. I would be remiss if I did not do a little shout out to Jamie Pote and the staff over at the Town Crier for giving us a little bit of background on how these games are being played the last few weeks. For us volunteers, it's kind of hard to keep up to speed and up to date of what's going on with high school athletics, but the guys, the staff of the Town Crier in Wilmington certainly does a great job for all the local teams making sure they all get coverage. Kenny and Frazier deep back for Wilmington. It's a squib kick down the middle of the field, picked up by, and it's dropped again. Frazier had it, and he dropped it, but he was able to recover it. I'm sorry, that was Kenny on the return.
Tough bounce on that one. Hard to bring that in and run.
That's the second time tonight that Kenny has had the ball squared out of his hands, but he's been able to recover it. So Wilmington will start the drive at the 30-yard line. 3:37 to go in the first half. And we'll see if the Wildcats right the ship or if Wakefield can play some stern defense and get the ball back before halftime. And once again, Kenny in the backfield. Roberts split a little bit off to the left. Hand off to Kenny again. He breaks free only for about 1 or 2 yards.
Wakefield really shutting down the run now.
Stop on the play by Dan Cataldo.
2nd and 9 for Wilmington.
Shutting those holes quick so Kenny can't burst through.
Once again, Roberts lined up the fullback position. His flag's on the play. Illegal procedure for Wilmington. Knock the ball back another 5 yards.
False start against the Wildcats, a 5-yard penalty.
That'll bring up second and about 13 or 14 yards.
See the big difference in 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, we had a lot of penalties, a lot less tonight.
Let's hope that's not a precursor of things to come. So Roberts and Kenny both in the backfield. 2 wide receivers left, 1 on the far right. Take the handoff, pass up the middle, and it's incomplete. Intended for Roberts. Broken up in the play by Brendan Coughlin.
A little bit high on that one, overthrew him.
So it brings up a big 3rd down for Wilmington. An equally big 3rd down play for Wakefield to try to get the ball back before the half. Three wide receivers to the right for the Wildcats. Roberts on the left, looking downfield. Smith has it, lets it go long and deep, and it's intercepted by Wakefield, and he steps. Well, I guess he didn't step out of bounds. Back to the 45-yard line, across midfield, to the 45, to the 40, and then back down at the 44-yard line of Wilmington.
Big pick by Andrew Miller, and that's gonna change this game. Let's see what Wakefield can do now.
Andrew Miller just sitting back there waiting for the ball to land in his hands. It probably was not much different than a punt initially. I thought he stepped out when he first intercepted it, but the official was further downfield, so if it happened, he didn't see it. And he had a nice return all the way back to the 44-yard line of Wilmington. There's time out on the field with 2 minutes and 16 seconds left in the first half. Wilmington 20, Wakefield 7.
Wakefield looking rejuvenated. 2 big plays on the defense.
I had occasion to be over in Wakefield a couple of weeks ago, Scott. They had the annual walk for ALS to benefit the Angel Fund, a fundraiser to target and study and try to find a cure for ALS. So it's a research organization. Several hundred people did the walk around Lake Quannapowitt. A great fundraiser, great day out for the community of Wakefield. And certainly anybody that knows anybody that's ever been touched by ALS knows what a terrible disease that it is. So they've been made strides in the last couple of years. The doctors working on it have identified some genes that might slow the progression of the disease. But certainly if you have an opportunity and an interest, the Angel Fund is always taking donations. I believe the website is www.angelfund.org. So Wakefield comes out, first down, handoff again up the middle. No handoff, it was a fake handoff. Well, I guess he did hand off. It was a quick handoff to Fitzpatrick up the middle, gained about a yard. And now we have an official timeout with 2 minutes left in the first half. Which leaves us time for more time to kill.
Yep, a lot of that today.
2nd and 9 for Wakefield. Once again, thank you to the staff that's here tonight, all volunteers. If you're interested in doing some videotaping for your children or for your classmates here at Wilmington High School, come on down to the studios at WCTV on Waltham Street. Membership is free. We'll give you the camera. We'll give you the training. And we'd love to start somebody's career so they can maybe start a career in broadcast journalism like my partner Scott here. Snap thrown up in the air, and it's going to be incomplete. Looked like there was a little confusion in the backfield, but Lucy had the ball, kept it, threw the pass down for Kendall Hippold. I'm sorry, for Jack Shannon. It was incomplete.
Looks like Lucy's been taken out of the game for Fitzpatrick. Lots of different looks they're making right now for Wakefield.
Justin Frazier in on the pass defense for Wilmington.
Here comes Lucy back in the game. Lots of different looks for Wakefield tonight.
Back to pass, downfield, wide open, and it's going to be caught and complete at the 15-yard line.
Another catch by Fitzpatrick. Big play by Fitzpatrick.
He's a little slow getting up in the corner. He got drilled just as the ball got to him.
Good throw by Lucy. One of their bigger plays of the night. Just like that, this game is getting very interesting once again. That's what you gotta love about football.
So it's 1st and 10 at the 15 for the Warriors. Lucy hands off on the sprinter on the right side. He's got some open running room. Taken down at the 7 or 8 yard line. Peter Marino on the tackle. Pat Carroll in the play as well. I think Henry Steichman had the run on that play, so Wakefield calls timeout with just over a minute to go in the first half.
Lots of trickery done by Wakefield, and it's working.
The second quarter has been quite a diversion from the first quarter. Wilmington had the certainly had the momentum in the first quarter and the beginning of the second quarter, and now Wakefield has really come back in the last half of the second quarter.
Making for an interesting second half coming up.
Wilmington started off in the game with, I think, 6 handoffs in a row to running back John Kelly, who marched up and down the field at will in the first quarter. And now Wakefield, I think their size and their numbers are maybe starting to have a toll on Wilmington's defense a little bit.
First and goal for Wakefield.
Inside handoff. Stopped just shy of the goal line. That was a direct snap to Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick on the carry, stopped just shy of the goal line. Second and goal for the Warriors.
The running back Fitzpatrick has somewhat become their quarterback the past 2 drives.
So the ball's just outside the goal line at about the 1. Once again, Fitzpatrick is in there. And it's a touchdown for Wakefield. Kept the snap, went over left tackle. And that closes the gap to Wilmington 20, Wakefield 13. Dylan Bresnahan comes in for Wilmington on defense. Single point conversion. Ball is down, the snap is up, and it is a fake this time. And a pass in the back of the end zone is good. 2-point conversion is good for Wakefield. Brendan Coughlin threw the pass. I think
Wilmington High 20, Wakefield High 15.
I think Danny Marinaccio actually grabbed the 2-point conversion, which brings the score to Wilmington 20, Wakefield 15, with 28 seconds left to go in the first half.
Again, more trickery for Wakefield, and it's working out for them.
So Justin Frazier and John Kenny will be back deep again for Wilmington. Souza will be doing the kicking off again for Wakefield. I think.
Wilmington getting the ball back at the half, so maybe they go for a quick score here. Try to get momentum back on their side.
Okay, it's Christian Reska kicking off for Wakefield. And we'll see what happens here before the half ends. Reska lets another squib kick go, and Wilmington downs it inside the 40-yard line at about the 38. Peter Marino grabbed the ball, I believe. Yep.
From their own 37.
Okay, get Carroll and Robaj split out to the left. Frazier out to the right side. And Graham Smith is going to take a knee to bring the first half to an end, I believe. And the clock counts down with 10 seconds left in the first half. And that brings it to a close. So it's halftime at Wilmington High School. The score, Wilmington High 20, Wakefield High 15. We'll be back for some of the halftime festivities right after these messages. Welcome back to the halftime festivities here at Wilmington High School. Cheerleader for a day. Some of the high school cheerleaders have spent some time with some of the younger girls in town this afternoon, teaching them some of the ropes of cheering for their football team. So we'll cover that here for a couple of minutes and see what the girls have learned during the course of the afternoon. Welcome back to second half action here at Wilmington High School's Alumni Field. Tonight's football game between the Wildcats of Wilmington High and the Warriors of Wakefield High. It's been a action-packed first half. Wilmington leads 20-15 as we get ready for a second half of action. It's certainly been a tale of two different games, I guess, Scott.
Yeah, Wilmington scored 20 unanswered, and then Wakefield answered with 15 unanswered. It's a new game now.
I guess if I was on the Wakefield sideline, I would say something like Warriors on the warpath, maybe. I think I've heard something like that before. I don't know if it's politically correct anymore. But they certainly made a great comeback in the second half of the second quarter. Wilmington comes back on the field for the start of the second half. We had a nice halftime presentation by the Wakefield dance club. Nice presentation by the Wilmington High School cheerleaders with their junior cheerleaders. The Wilmington High School band played several arrangements. And we're getting ready to get back to football action here.
You got to think Coach Turner was in their ear after that second quarter. They want to come out with the ball and push it.
It seems everything turned when they went for that crazy punt formation when Smith took the ball and ran with it before he tried to kick the ball away, and they ended up taking a loss on the play. So
yeah, you got to wonder what was going on there.
Yeah, especially deep in their own territory. It was an unusual call. I didn't see anything necessarily at the line of scrimmage that dictated it, but obviously I'm not in the field, so maybe there was a good reason for it. It's actually turned out to be a fairly pleasant night here. It's dried up a little bit. I'm not sure how the field conditions are. We haven't seen a lot of slippage, but the ball's been put on the ground a few times by both teams. But I don't think we've lost a fumble yet.
No, we've had a few, but everyone gets it back. We've had an interception, and that was the difference in the second quarter.
So Wakefield will be kicking off to Wilmington to start the third quarter. It was brought to our attention at halftime. Apparently, co-captain Alex Jolly has changed his number, so he is actually kicking, even though we gave a lot of credit to we gave a lot of credit to Christian Resker in the first half, but Jolly is their co-captain and kicker, who's really done a good job getting the ball downfield. So Wakefield's lined up. The ball's at the 40-yard line. We're ready for second half action here. The ball is once again a squib kick, picked up by Kenny. Down the sideline, across midfield into the Wakefield 45-yard line.
First time he was able to cleanly pick that one up, and he made it count.
Pushed out of bounds at the Wakefield 44-yard line. The Wildcats will start their drive there.
Difference is Kenny took his gloves off, try to get a better grip on the ball.
So Wilmington certainly is in good starting position for their first drive of the second half. So once again, Smith in the backfield with Kenny, who gets the handoff up the middle, and he's brought down for a very short gain, maybe a yard or so.
Kenny on the carry, gain of 1 yard on the play, 2nd and 9 for the Wildcats.
It looks like Wakefield has now keyed in on John Kenny, and they've figured out at least some managed to stop him.
That's really been the game changer on defense for them, being able to stop him from getting 5-6 yard gains every carry.
Devin O'Brien, a big defensive tackle for Wakefield. Once again, Kenny in the backfield. Smith at quarterback. Hands it off again to Kenny, who finds some running room. A big hole up the left side. He breaks free at the 25, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, and he's knocked out of bounds.
And there's what they were looking for from Kenny. First big gain in a while, and that brings them into the red zone.
Kenny on the carry, gain of about 34 yards on the play. Pushed out of bounds at the 10-yard line.
It was kind of hard to tell from up here how the blocking's set up, but he certainly opened up enough of a hole to him for him to squirt through. And then once he got loose on the sideline, he carried it another 15 yards. The ball is down at the 10-yard line. Handoff again to Kenny, and this time he stopped for little or no gain by the middle of the defensive front.
second and goal for
The thing about Kenny is it's all strength and speed. Not a lot of flashiness, just power.
So second and goal for the Wildcats, just inside the 10-yard line. Roberts just offset, 2 wide receivers to the right. Roberts at the fullback position, hand off to Kenny up the middle, and once again he stopped for no gain. Maybe lost a yard.
Kenny again on the carry. Tackle on the play made by
Lots of hard, gritty football on that one. Yeah, I think they might go to the air on this one, try to change it up.
You know, Kenny's carried the ball an awful lot the first couple of games of the season, and also tonight. You just hope they don't wear him out as we get later into the season, the Middlesex League season, where you're coming up against some other big teams like Burlington, Lexington, Melrose.
That does happen, unfortunately. Here we go.
Pass off to the right to Robaj. He's got it inside the 10, down to the 5. He's still on his feet, almost to the goal line. He stopped at about the 3-yard line. Quick little flare pass out to the right, grabbed by Tom Robaj.
Great second effort on that one. He kept pushing and pushing, bringing them as close as they've been.
So it brings up a 4th down for the Wildcats. No question what they're going to do. 4th and goal from the 3. Wakefield brings in a couple of extra big bodies along the defensive line, including co-captain Devin O'Brien, right in the middle of that line. So once again, Roberts and Kenny in the backfield with Smith. Illegal procedure call against Wilmington. Everybody was moving except the center.
That's a big call. Let's see if they change it up. Maybe they kick it.
I'm not sure they have anybody that can kick that far, to be honest.
They've been avoiding the kick tonight.
So that brings it back to the 8-yard line.
There is no flag on the play.
No flag on the play now. Maybe there was a timeout called prior to the actual snap. So once again, the ball is back down to the 3-yard line. Thank you, Brian, for pointing that out.
It's a big play in the game. If they convert, they carry the momentum. If they don't, Wakefield might be feeling it.
The nose of the football is actually at the 2-yard line. Frazier and Carroll go out split wide to the left. Once again, handoff to Kenny, split wider on the left side. There's a flag on the play. He's into the end zone for a touchdown, but I think we're going to have a penalty against Wilmington.
There is a flag on the play.
Holding against Wilmington will be the call. That's going to throw him back 10 yards.
Big play taken back, unfortunately.
So a big play on both sides there. Wilmington knocks him back 10 yards from Wakefield. It's a huge call because it keeps them in the ball game here.
Lots of back and forth football.
10-yard penalty from the start of the foul makes it 4th and goal. Ball spot at the 12-yard line.
4th and goal from the 12. Scott, what do you think? A pass here?
I'm thinking they got to go pass. Maybe they look for Roberts, the taller wide receiver. Maybe on a fade. Or try to screen, use his power.
Okay, Valley splits wide to the right. Actually, 3 receivers white. Frazier, Valley, and Robaj all to the right. Back to pass to Smith. He looks downfield. He scrambles a little bit. He lets the ball go, and it's incomplete near the goal line. And Wakefield will take over on downs at the 12-yard line. It was intended for Carroll on the far sideline.
Looked like there was some confusion on that play from both the quarterback and wide receiver.
You know, Coach Turner has said it's taken a little bit of time to get the offense changed from what they've been doing the last few years to get them to start thinking along a different blocking scheme. So some of that is still showing up in the passing game. And now they're playing some of the bigger schools. So Wakefield takes over now at their own 12-yard line.
Gotta see what they start with here. They had a lot of trick plays last half.
Lucy's back in at quarterback. Handoff up the middle, and he's stuffed in the backfield. Whistle blows. Handoff was to number 40. Bobby Young, senior running back for the Warriors. Mark and Nirenstead on the tackle.
One of their captains with a big play.
Man in motion along the left sideline. He's got the ball to the 10, and he's taken down at the 15-yard line. Short gain, about 2.5, 3 yards. Brings up 3rd down and 7 for the Warriors. Marinaccio on the carry, taken down by Roberts and Kenny on the far sideline.
Looks like there was an opening, but they closed it quick, stopping it for a short gain.
The Warriors keep on shuffling players in and out of the lineup. Certainly the bodies are a little bit bigger than most of the Wilmington players.
Lots of different looks to this team. It looks like they're going for the pass here. Oh, no, misdirection.
Hand off to the right. Big hole up the middle. And the Wildcats take them down at the 30-yard line.
Fitzpatrick again with a big carry. It's hurting this Wildcat team since the second quarter. Either if he's quarterback or running back or even receiver.
Okay, Lucy carries himself, hands off on the left side and on the left sideline for a good gain. Dan Marinaccio again in the carry. Gains about 8 yards, 9 yards.
That looked like a triple option actually on that one.
There were a lot of bodies out in front of that the ball carrier.
It's hard to follow.
Hand off to Steichman. No, he keeps it up the middle. Steichman's good for a first down. He actually took the handoff around the right side.
Another tackle for Tyler Roberts. He's been all over the field. First down, though.
Good ball handling by the quarterback, Lucy, on that. He actually made the handoff, but he kept running as if he had the ball, and I think it distracted some of the Wilmington defenders.
Yeah, big option there. Confuses them. Lots of trickery for this Wakefield team.
Okay, Lucy pitches out to the left side to Marinaccio again. It was a big hole along the left side. Good blocking, a good tackle by Jason Valley.
Big block by senior Dan Contaldo, number 55.
Good for another first down for Wakefield. Into Wilmington territory at the 46. Looked like Wilmington wasn't quite ready for the snap on that last play.
No, they weren't expecting a pitch either. Lots of different looks for this Wakefield team, and it's tricking them right now. Lots of outside runs.
Ooh. Another run up the middle.
Ball looks out.
A fumble on the play.
The ref's calling him down.
Jason Valley jumped on the loose ball, but it was ruled down by contact.
Looked like his forearm might have been down on that one. All runs on this drive.
Lucy calls timeout just before the snap. .4:15 to go in the third quarter.
Flag on the play. Timeout Wakefield.
Lots of handoffs during this quarter. Trying to pound the running game.
And it's probably starting to take a toll on some of the Wildcat defenders.
You gotta think they're tired. Run game can just wear you out defensively.
Wildcats almost had it snuffed out, but the handoff is good up the middle for a gain of about 4, 3 or 4.
Pushes forward for a gain of 3 yards. Brings up 3rd and 2.
You know, they bursted through the line on that one, but senior Bobby Young was able to break some tackles and get a good gain.
Wakefield brings in 5 fresh bodies, 6 fresh bodies off the bench. And if we're having a hard time identifying them up here, it's because we are. Once again, Young, Lucy is out. Direct handoff to Fitzpatrick, I think. Good for another first down. And a flag on the play. Ball is down to the 32-yard line. And we might have a holding against Wakefield.
That's a big call. Big call for Wilmington going their way. This will go all the way back to 3rd and 12 now. You gotta think they might be throwing.
Well, actually, it brings it back from the point of the foul. So,
right.
3rd and 6.
10 yards from the
Run's been working. You think they keep pounding it?
ball spotted now at Wilmington's 42-yard line. For Wakefield, it would be 3rd down, 3rd and 6 to go.
Lucy checks back into the game at quarterback. Man in motion. Handoff around the left end. It looks like it's going to be snuffed out by the Wildcats. Good stop on defense.
Looks like there was confusion between the quarterback and receiver as he double take for the motion.
Pat Carroll came up to make the stop on the far left of the sideline here. Good stop, makes it 4th down and 9 for Wakefield. And I'm guessing they're probably going to go for it, but we'll see.
Big play defensively. So the big play in the game.
So Lucy remains in the game at quarterback. And we have a timeout on the field called by Wakefield. Big play with just over 2 minutes left in the third quarter. One of those situations where I'm sure they don't want to make a mistake, leaving Wilmington the ball by midfield.
Maybe they're rethinking going for it.
Certainly may be.
It's a dangerous spot if they don't convert.
Once again, the crew here for Wilmington Community Television, and for those of you watching in Wakefield on camera, Zach, and Andrew, Paul, and Tom, Scott and myself in the booth. Adam Dusenberry is our producer director. The ball is kicked away by Wakefield. Kind of a sloppy punt. Down by Wakefield at the 24-yard line.
And Sousa's punt down at Wilmington's 24-yard line. Wildcats
You know, on those punts, the special teams for the Wildcats got to avoid touching that or it's a muff.
I'm not sure that the punt was intended to be that low.
Got a good bounce, brought it back to about the 20 though.
So Wildcats take over late into the third quarter, their own 24-yard line. Roberts tight on the left, 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 wide receiver out to the left. Roberts lines up in the fullback position. Fake handoff to Kenny. Smith keeps it, goes up the middle. He loses the ball. He was stripped, but it looks like he recovered it for a gain of about 2 yards.
And maybe the 4th time tonight the Wildcats lost it, but were able to get it back.
They've been very fortunate with the recoveries thus far. Eventually, you have to wonder if that's going to haunt them and work against them later in the game. The odds are you can't recover them all.
If you're Wilmington, you probably got to score here. Wakefield was moving until a big penalty.
Handoff up the middle. Couple of yard gain by Roberts.
Tyler Roberts on the carry. 2-yard gain on the play. 3rd and 5 for Wilmington. Ball is spotted at the 30-yard line.
3rd and just a little over 4 yards to go, maybe about 4. Down under a minute now in the third quarter. Robaj split wide to the right, covered by Mark Biensten. Handoff to Kenny up the middle. He breaks free, and he looks like he got a first down. Cut back about the 30-yard line and was able to squeeze through a couple of holes.
That is a great veteran run look from Kenny.
Big first down for the Wildcats.
He was able to just keep his feet to get that extra oomph.
So it keeps the drive going. I don't know if we'll get another playoff before the end of the third quarter. Okay, so the clock ticks down to 0 at the end of the third quarter. Wilmington leads 20-15 against Wakefield High. We'll take this quick break. We'll be back for the beginning of the fourth quarter right after this.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent.
We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
Welcome back to the fourth quarter. Wildcats up 20-15 with the ball, 1st and 10. Graham back in the set. Hand off to Kenny, up the middle for about a 2-yard gain.
Kenny on the carry. Gain of 2 on the play. 2nd and 8 for Wilmington.
Gotta think they want to keep handing off the ball and wasting that clock with the lead.
Good stop by the Wakefield interior defensive line.
Carroll out to the left. 2 backs in the back. Fake to Kenny. Graham looks deep. Overthrows Carroll on that one. The passing's been off tonight. He overthrew him on that one, unfortunately.
Double coverage by the defense on that. It would have been a heck of a pass to get it snaked through there.
3rd and 8 on this one. Let's see what Coach Turner can draw up. Hopefully get a first down. So a close, good football game. One back set, Kenny in the backfield. Roberts out to the left. Carroll out to the right. Drops back, looks, fires, incomplete. They looked off track again.
Intended for Tyler Roberts downfield. Mark Biensten is on coverage for Wakefield.
Looks like they'll punt now. Graham Smith has been their punter. Remember, their one punt earlier went a little differently, which might have been the shift in this football game.
I would say certainly it appears from this perspective that did change the perspective, the complexion of the game at that point.
Gotta hope they get a good punt. Smith with the punt. He hesitated again. Ooh.
Came up very short along the sideline. About a 22, 23-yard punt, went out of bounds at the 42-yard line.
With Wakefield taking the field, this game is literally anyone's, 20-15. They gonna snap the ball at the 42-yard line. Ludy in the backfield.
Sprint around the left side.
Steichman takes it, and he is closed off.
They almost had him in the backfield, but they ended up breaking free for about 5 yards.
Big run by Wakefield. They went from no gain to 5, and that could be a big factor in this drive. Ludy snaps the ball. A little misdirection again. Finds about a 3-yard gain for Wakefield.
Tyler Robertson in the tackle again.
You got to think this defense is still really tired. They weren't really off the field that long.
Chris Medeiros checks in as a defensive lineman.
Jason Valley out. It's a big third down in this game with around 8 minutes and 30 seconds left. Ludy in the back. He drops back, looks for a pass. That is a big pass to Ryan Fitzpatrick for a first down. You know, Wakefield hasn't thrown much, but when they have, they made the short little plays that have been successful.
Good catch there. Bailey Smith, only a sophomore, was in on the coverage.
Hurry up offense.
Another big gain, 9 yards up the middle. And Wakefield's going to a hurry-up offense here.
Wilmington is not ready. They are a little messed up. Another misdirection. That's a big play by Nerestad. Big tackle. Captain stepping up on that one.
You can see what Wakefield's motive is right now. They're trying to wear down the Wildcats with one of these quick plays. And it's been fairly effective up to this point here.
3rd and 4 for Wakefield.
You got to think they might run it again. 3rd and 3, short.
See sophomore Reggie Cortana on the defensive line for Wakefield, for Wilmington right now, and with Paxton Cook.
That looks like a timeout for Wakefield.
Sophomore Dean Nally is still in there. And Nerenstad, who just made that last tackle.
Remember, this defense is a very young group. They only have a few seniors, and the rest are, most of them are underclassmen or even juniors. This is another big third down. Wilmington looking to try to stop Wakefield as they've been moving the ball up and down. This timeout might have helped Wilmington more than anyone. They were gassed, it looked like. The crowd getting crazy for the Wildcats. As this is a big 3rd and 4. Here comes Wakefield.
Come right to the line of scrimmage. They won't huddle up on the field.
Led by Lucy. Bobby Young in the backfield. Looks like a pass. Oh, that might be a... Nope.
That was an incomplete pass, but it was very, very close, Scott.
That could have been a game changer if that was just maybe an inch farther back. Looks like they will be going for this on 4th and 4, and you can't blame them.
Good pressure on the defensive line by Wilmington. Got in toward quarterback Lucy, but then it was also well covered out on the flat there. And that even if it was complete, there's a good chance it would have gone for a loss.
Gotta wonder if they'll try to pound it with 4th and 4, or maybe throw it through the air like they have been on this drive. Big play, Lucy with Bobby in the backfield. Whistle on the play. Timeout Wilmington.
Timeout Wilmington.
It's probably a good time for the Wildcats to call a timeout, catch your breath. Let's prepare for a big 4th down here.
This could be the biggest play of the game. You don't know. If the Wakefield converts, that defense has to be out there even longer. You know, the first half was high scoring. The second half, we've seen absolutely no scoring. .7:29 left. 2015 Wildcats. Wakefield breaks in there. Going up to the line. Lucy, Bobby Young with them.
4th and 4 for Wakefield.
He's looking for Fitzpatrick, and it's dropped. Big play. Good defensive play by Bailey Smith on that one. That is a big play, and now turnover on downs.
At least 3 sophomores out there on the defense for Wilmington on that play. Dean Nally, Reggie Cortana, and Bailey Smith.
The Wildcats will take over at their 40.
Good play, and that'll give them a little bit of a rest, even though not too many guys change out from offense to defense. It's a little bit easier when you know the play's coming and you're not just reacting to it.
You got to think if they score here, it's going to be a tough deficit for Wakefield. Graham in the back. Hand off to Kenny. Kenny up the middle, and he is, and Kenny breaks the tackle. And he makes nothing into something with about a 1 to 2 yard gain.
Certainly it doesn't stop when he's first hit. Mark Sten in on the tackle for Wakefield.
Sometimes it's not about size, it's about the heart, and Kenny has a lot of heart out there.
See Kenny stretching a little bit in the backfield. He might have come up a little bit lame on that second effort.
Carroll out to the left. Robarge out to the right.
And we have another timeout on the field. 6:44 to go in the fourth quarter.
Wilmington with the timeout. Want to go over the play. Maybe give Kenny a little time as he's a little shaken up. You got to think a first down will bring down a lot of clock, too, for the Wildcats. Kenny with Smith in the backfield. Robarge out to the right. Carroll out to the left. Frazier in the slot. That's a screen pass, and he is taken down for a big loss.
Justin Frazier on the pass reception.
Wakefield read that one. After an offensive first half, this has been all defense.
Dan Cataldo was in on the stop for Wakefield. He had that one diagnosed as soon as the ball left Smith's hand.
We got a 3rd and 14 with 6 minutes left in the ball game. Carroll to the left. Frazier as well. Roberts by himself on the right. Looks like some zone coverage. Smith rolls out. Fires it.
Out of bounds.
That was going to be a tough catch no matter what.
The receiver caught it, but his feet must have come out of bounds, or come in out of bounds, so it would have been good enough for a first down, too.
Good effort by Roberts. And it looks like the punting team will come onto the field. 5:49 remaining, 4th 14. Graham Smith, the punter. Ryan Fitzpatrick back for the Wakefield Warriors. Smith snaps it back.
Oh, partially blocked. It barely got back to the line of scrimmage. I think it was about a 4-yard kick out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
Wildcats have had a tough time punting tonight. And Turner had to think that his punter was roughed with on that one, but no call.
Brendan Coughlin got in quick and blocked that punt.
5:42 left. Wakefield will take over at Wilmington's 40-yard line. Fitzpatrick at quarterback. And it'll be a direct run up the middle.
Big gain, about 7 yards.
You got to wonder if Fitzpatrick will ever actually throw the ball when he's in there. You got to assume the QB draw on those. To the player down on the field.
Jason Valley was in for the tackle for Wilmington. When they run that play, Scott, it seems like they've got 3 or 4 bodies that are all pushing into that same hole. It becomes almost like a pig pile trying to drag him down.
Yeah, it seems like they bring their personnel all in the backfield just to push forward for 5 to 6 yards.
So we do have a player down in the field being attended to by the staff from Wakefield High. Once again, a reminder that if you would like to televise or get involved in production for some of the athletics at Wilmington High School during the fall and winter season, membership is free at WCTV. You can come down, we'll provide you with the equipment, the training, give you a camera, get a few friends maybe to help shoot the game. Maybe you can edit it, and we'll get it on local cable access television as soon as we can. Want to throw another shout out to the production crew tonight, especially a couple of newcomers here. Both Zach and Andrew are on camera for the first time, both helping out. I want to express our thanks to them. Paul Hipple is down on the field camera. Tom Pizzara, old trusty Tom, still hanging in there after all these years. Scott Edwards and myself doing the play-by-play. Adam Dusenberry down in the control room downstairs. While we're waiting for action on the field to start up again, we'll take a break. We'll be right back.
You're watching WHS Football on WHS Sports TV.
Welcome back to Wildcat football. We got a second and third, 5:22 left in the game. Fitzpatrick. He brings it up the middle. First down and more.
Paxton Cook almost had him in the backfield, but he wriggled through for another first down.
This Wildcat-like set's messing the Wildcats up. It's a different look that they more than likely weren't expecting tonight.
Again up the middle, he kept it. Turned out to be a pretty good play for them.
Big hit by Cortana. Oh, 2nd and 2 on this one. Lots of back and forth football this half.
Dylan Bresnahan in on defense for Wilmington. Give Mark and Nernstedt a breather.
Lucy back on the field as well. With all these different looks, you got to wonder what's the next handoff they might do. Maybe they'll even throw it. Lucy in the back. Motion. Oh, it's a fake. It's 33, and they close them down, but that might have been enough for the first.
That was pretty well diagnosed by Wilmington. Kind of an odd-looking option play there.
Yeah, it's confusing us even up here.
Both runners were going in the same direction, so he faked the handoff to the first one and gave it to the second one coming through. Timeout for an official measurement. So it's close to a first down, just inside about the 17-yard line. 3:41 to go in the ball game. In a game that has seen no scoring in the second half.
After 35 points being scored in the first half, we've had absolutely zero. Wilmington looked like they got in earlier on, but penalty called that back, and we haven't moved the score since.
And it looks like the ball carrier is just short by inches. And literally inches, maybe 3 or 4 inches from up here.
Looks like the tip of the football is maybe right on that line.
Paxton Cook in the middle of the defensive line for the Wildcats, looking to come up strong.
This could be another big play. Let's see what happens.
Reggie Cortana, Dean Nally all on the defensive front.
Fitzpatrick takes it up the middle. Oh, big play by Roberts.
Dean Nally in on the tackle, sophomore.
They blast through the line on that one.
Tyler Roberts jumped the gun in there too and grabbed him.
That was all hard on that play. Great play for the defense. This will be the biggest play so far. 4th and 3 with 3 minutes remaining. 20-15 is our score.
And Wakefield calls timeout.
Lots of timeouts on this final drive. 2:58 remaining.
This could be for all the marbles here, Scott. I think if Wakefield can get a first down, it's going to be hard-pressed for the Wildcats to stop them. On the other hand, if Wilmington does stop the Warrior drive, it's going to be very tough to have for Wakefield to either stop the clock or get back in another opportunity to score.
You got to wonder if they go misdirection again or go through the air. They've changed it up a lot this game. All these options they have on running the football, it's tricked Wildcats a few times. Coach Turner talking his team up for the biggest play of the game. Both teams have played phenomenal tonight.
Well, if Fitzpatrick comes in at the position, it'll probably a run somewhere right or left. If Lucy comes in, Could be any one of 4 or 5 people that get the ball.
Lots of options for Wakefield. Fitzpatrick in that draw has been dynamite for the team, though. Here we go. 4th and a couple.
Wakefield comes right up to the line.
Lucy's out there. They hand it off.
Wildcats have got it smoked out, but they can grab him, and he's stopped.
And it looks like they stopped him. Biggest play of the game. The Wildcats are amped up.
A loss of 3 on the play, and the Wildcats take over on downs. Paxton Cook, part of the stop on that.
Great team play on that one. Now it will be 1st and 10 with 2:48 left for Wilmington.
Kind of an odd call. You know, they've had a lot of success going right over the tackles, and that was, you know, spread wide out to the right. And Wilmington has shown an ability to, at least on that defensive left side, to be able to interrupt those plays.
Roberts and Kenny in the back with Smith. Hand off to Kenny up the middle, and he'll get a nice gain of 5 yards.
Clock continues to run, 2:33 left in the game.
2nd and 5, 30 seconds till a 2-minute warning. You'd think the Wildcats will wait it out till then. May have to call a play before that.
And now there's another timeout on the field. Called by Coach Cummings over in Wakefield.
You got to think they're trying to preserve that 2-minute warning. That's another stoppage that works in their favor.
One more first down would probably ice it, so knowing that that 2-minute warning is coming up, now probably was a good time to make that call.
You got to think Kenny or Roberts will be touching the ball on this one. They have a good 2-man backfield back there tonight.
Of course, if we think it's going to happen, I'm sure Wakefield is going to think it's happening too.
There we go. 2:17 left in the ball game. 20-15 is our score. 2nd and 4. Kenny in the backfield. Ball snapped. Hand off to Kenny. Kenny to the outside. Runs up the middle. And that's a first down for Kenny and more.
Great blocking off the right tackle.
This offensive line has played incredible tonight, as well as Kenny.
All the way out to the 44-yard line.
First down.
The clock has stopped showing 2:10. Now it's running again. And I think we will get a break in another 5 seconds. So we do have a timeout. 2-minute warning.
They may need to get one more first down to ice this game completely.
I think the Warriors still have maybe a couple of timeouts left to use, but with 2 minutes left, and Wilmington sitting with the first down, they're in prime location right now.
If Kenny can get one more big run, they ice this game. This is as big as football gets, 20-15.
Next week, Thursday night, Scott will be calling the play-by-play for the whole game. I won't be able to make it next Thursday night. But I'm sure he'll do a commendable job, and maybe we can see if we can find somebody to pinch hit, give you a little hand. It's not easy carrying the whole game by yourself.
Here we go. Smith looks back. Hike, hand it off to Kenny. Kenny with a gain of 4.
Unbelievable. Great blocking right up the middle, Scott.
This blocking has had unheralded success. You always look at the running back, but the running back doesn't get anywhere without that blocking.
Pat McAndrew on the offensive line. Markin, Nerenstat just pushing the pile there. And Kenny finds a way to sneak through. Clock continues to run with 1.5 minutes to go.
Roberts and Kenny both in the back. At the blitz. And they close him up. Senior Brendan Coughlin with the tackle. Clock ticking down. We're about to be under 1 minute.
So maybe we don't have as many timeouts left as I anticipated.
Gotta think they'll be going for that ball on this. Kenny in the back.
So 2 wide receivers out to Wilmington.
Flag on the play.
Delay a game by Wilmington.
Gotta think they wanted to waste as much clock as possible. Can't blame them on that one.
Flag on the play. Delay a game against the Wildcats. It's a 5-yard penalty. Makes it 3rd and 16.
With 43 seconds left, 3rd and 16, 20-15 Wildcats.
I guess it doesn't matter here if they run or throw the ball on 3rd down. Well, I guess it does, because then if it's incomplete, the clock would stop. So let's look for another run here by the Wildcats, even though there's 3 wide receivers out.
Big blitz on Kenny to the outside. And that's a good, nice gain.
Kenny on the carry, picks up 5 yards on the play.
And there's timeout on the field. Wakefield calls what must be their last timeout with 33 seconds left to go in the game. So Wilmington will be in punt formation.
Actually, no timeout. They ran out.
Actually, yeah, you're right.
Clock dwindling down. And it looks like the Wildcats will pull off the win.
Well, caught me a lot off guard. 5-4, 3 seconds. And now there's a timeout for Wilmington.
Confusion on the field. Timeout for Wilmington.
I think there's a little confusion on the part of the officials as well.
You got to think there might have been a penalty if there was one more tick. They just got to run around in a circle for 3 seconds.
That's what I would do.
Just hope Smith can hold on to the ball.
Even if he runs back toward the goal line, no harm, no foul.
Even a safety's fine if you want to go really extreme. But they do get the ball, so you might want to do that. 3 seconds left. 20-15, 4th and 11. Wildcats with the ball.
I can't remember the last time Wilmington has started the season 3-0, but if they pull this off tonight, this has been quite a feather in their cap. Also for Coach Craig Turner.
Kenny way back. And he just runs backwards.
Runs backwards.
And he drops. And that's a win for Wilmington.
The game is over.
Their first 3-0 start in so many years. They hold on to the 20-15 victory. After a long first half, the second half flew by. All defense.
So final score here in Wilmington. Wildcats beat the Wakefield Warriors 20-15 in a very exciting second half that ended up with no scoring. But it came down to probably running out of timeouts toward the end of the game. Wakefield was unable to stop the clock for the last couple of minutes, and Wakefield was able to just get just enough. So we want to thank you for joining us on Wilmington Community Television, for those of you watching at WCTV.org or at Wakefield High School Television. We want to thank you for joining us tonight. Have a great night, great weekend. Take care.